You ever get into a conflict or a disagreement on your team, and although you have lots of skills and you know how to deal with it constructively, in this particular situation, you just kind of lose it. It's an emotional hijack moment. You are not your best self, and you need to figure out a way to get out of this situation without ruining your reputation or completely embarrassing yourself in front of your team. Hi. I'm Dr. Leanne Davey, and I get it. Some days we are just not in a position to be our best grown-up selves, and we kind of lose it a bit. So let's talk about what happens if you get into a disagreement or a conflict on your team and you have that emotional hijack. Let's go through 3 steps that I think are going to have you get through it taking the high road and not have it be something becomes a big moment everybody's gossiping about at the water cooler or talking about for years to come. The first step is, and this is an uncomfortable step, the first step is just to admit to yourself and everybody else that that's what's going on. I promise you, you are not giving people new information as you do this. They are seeing it all over your body language, your facial expressions, maybe even hearing it in your voice that you are upset. So it's okay to just say, whew, this conversation is throwing me for a loop, or I feel like I'm gonna throw up at the moment, or just, wow, my heart is racing in this conversation. Give them something very simple, objective. Just tell them something that reflects the truth of what they can actually see written all over your body language anyway. The good news about that is even just saying it is going to make it less powerful. In these situations, often we put so much energy into pretending that, I cannot tell you the number of times I was in meetings where I'm trying to do this to try to make sure tears don't overflow my eyes. First of all, everyone can see and you look ridiculous and it doesn't work. Better to just call it and name what everybody can see anyway. So that's the first step. Just name it, say how you're feeling, give some kind of story to people about what's going on. The second step is to give them some insight about what's going on beneath the physical kind of reaction that they can see. So it may be that you're imagining something playing out and that's why you're getting upset. So you could say something like, as you're talking about this new set of priorities, I am imagining trying to tell my team about this and them realizing that our last 6 months of work was wasted, and I feel like I'm gonna throw up thinking about having to tell them that. That gives them some insight that what it is you're concerned about how you're gonna tell this story to your team. It could be other insight. You could say, I was really feeling like this was across the line and I was done with it, and the thought of having to do more on it this weekend is it's kind of upsetting. Be honest with them about what is actually going on. Do as much as you can to give insight about what's beneath the emotional reaction. So is it some kind of narrative you're telling yourself? Is it something that you value or care about that's being violated? Help them understand that so they know that the emotional reaction is coming from somewhere. That's gonna help them to maybe offer up solutions or assistance in ways that are going to help you address the source of that emotional reaction. The third step is then to ask for what you need to move forward. And there are a lot of good answers to this. It really depends on the situation and you have to know yourself. But one possibility is you say, okay, I need to just get over this. Can we just get back on track? Keep talking. I'm okay. So you can ask them to not pay a lot of attention to your red, frustrated face, or you can ask them not to pay attention to the tears welling in your eyes and just to keep moving. That's commonly what I need. I'm like, please ignore the waterworks. Please keep going. I'm okay. Another thing you can ask for is a specific kind of help. So in the example where you're imagining telling this story to the team, you can say, I'm really going to need your help to, figure out how I'm going to say that, or I'm going to need your help to come and communicate to my team, whatever it is you need. It may also be that you know yourself well enough to know this is not going to be better in the next 5 minutes if people keep talking, and you may need to ask for an adjournment or to come back to this. You may have to just say, I wish that I could kind of get back on track on this one right now. I'm feeling like I need to sleep on this one, or can we even just take lunch and I'll come back and I'll be okay. Ask for what you need. So these 3 steps are really the high road and the grown-up thing to do, because grown-ups have emotions and grown-ups have days where those emotions take over, and that's okay. But what we don't want to do is an immature kind of response where we pretend nothing is going on and let it kind of squirt out in, more frustration or the way we're talking in the meeting. You don't want that. None of it is good. But you do want to be very transparent about what's going on, to give more insight about what's triggering that emotion, and then to ask for the kind of help you need to move things forward. That is the grown-up way to handle those emotional hijack moments. That's it for me. I'm Dr. Leanne Davey, here to help you get the team that you deserve. Thanks so much for tuning in, and check out my other videos for how-tos on dealing with some of the situations that come up when we're trying to make teamwork work.